Hello YouTube, this is Sovereign again. I mentioned in the first video I posted that I played Spanish Bunch. So this is a match from like a month ago. I was about 100 elo lower than I am now. Um, and this is actually one of the latest times that I've played Arena, just because I've been banning it a lot. um, I was mentioning it in the last video before I cut myself off that a lot of people like to do the, boom thing where you stay behind your walls and do two or maybe even three extra TCs when you hit castle and go really strong. And then I guess there's like the higher level meta, which is going like scouts and light cav to take the relics. But at this elo, what I'm about to do is somewhat common, which is, well, I guess it's not really a spoiler. I mentioned it, castle dropping. Because, yeah, like I said, I like to be moving my units around and sort of be in control of the situation more than just sort of being vulnerable and booming um, and doing that poorly. So I'd rather just attack and hope that that goes well. But anyway, let's go. So yeah, this is. I'm pretty sure this is a build order up to a certain point. Um, a fast castle into unique unit, and I specifically also do a castle drop with it. So I probably have a even less clean uh, Dark Age and Feudal Age in this than the last video because this is you know a good amount of time ago. So I've gotten better since then. Not bad with the Borlore there. That's pointless, like building this house here. Be better be better up here. A good a good tip with Arena is to build your buildings to make a like a secondary wall in case you get castle dropped or whatever and somebody breaks your outer wall. They don't just come in and kill everything. So yeah, I killed like a wolf or whatever here because one thing that I was getting annoyed by was when I go to do my castle drop and there's like animals along the way that I have to fight. I just want it to be nice and clear. Of course, in hindsight, that's not good. Actually, I would rather just kill it with my vills on the way and keep my scout at full health so that it can always be out here to support. But, I wouldn't do that now. My opponent is playing Franks, which, surprisingly, given my preference of playstyle, is a civ I haven't really played. I think I played it like twice on the ladder. Yeah, but I guess it's kind of predictable though what they're gonna do. So, but they're very good at what they do. Cavalry, heavy cavalry, and also castles. I suppose you can castle drop kind of semi-effectively with them because they can build a castle with less stone. I don't think I even scouted here. Yeah, I haven't even scouted this inner portion. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Yeah. So the idea I think was, whoops. See, this is why you want a full health scout, so you can defend the area where you want to bring the castle in. But yeah, the idea is I think it's like 26 pop, or rather 26 villagers, two on gold and like six on stone. well, it'd be like 4 on stone, and then when you go up to feudal, you build 2 more, so up to 28, and then 6 on stone. And then, again, I was always just pulling the 6 from the stone to build it, which is fine to do, I think, if you're building it at home. But if you're building it away, you probably want to bring like 9 or 10 villagers at least. Um, but Spanish build faster, so there's also that. That is a factor, I suppose. This is something I've learned to do. uh, it's really annoying when you're trying to drop a castle, and I always do it on their gate, because it prevents them from coming out and denying it, and they have to go the long way around. Or, or if they're smart, they can like destroy a wall or something. But people don't really do that a lot at this elo, so they try to go around, or they might have something out. They have the scout out, and they try to deny it. So you just quick wall. And then what I like to do is I have it already set to attack a certain wall. You can press, I think it's T is default as well. Press T and you can select a thing, and then as soon as it gets built, it starts attacking the wall segment. And I'm not 100% sure why, but um, castles can take down stone walls segments really quickly. So that's kind of like the whole point of putting it right over at the wall, is that you can shoot down the wall and then your unique units rush in. And conquistadors are very, very strong. My opponent was very wise and re-walled inside. Otherwise, they'd probably be dying right now. But this is actually kind of a big problem. But that's why I usually do this, and also why I picked this gate was because there are secondary mineral resources around here, and I found that it's wise to just send these guys right away onto the stone, so that I can start collecting stone for a new castle right away. So I could either, the idea is hopefully you go forward again, I could build a second castle here or whatever, and just keep pushing in towards the town center and destroying whatever wall gets put up. Or you could attack from both sides at the same time. So yeah, I'm getting a little bold, and I'm just building my production that I want in addition to the conquistadors right here. Which, maybe out here would be a little bit wiser. Because I want mangonels to shoot over the wall. And this is smart. And this is not smart. This is bad. This is very bad. I should build this like here, or like here, so that my villagers can be outside of the range of the this castle. Because as you'll see, very annoyingly, I try to distract and just like say shoot, no, shoot my high value units, but they don't fall for it. And this castle is denied. This mangonel will now reinforce that denial. And now I'm like, okay, well, that's annoying. What do I do? This is bad, I'm not paying attention. And then I'm like, maybe this is not a great position. I bring these guys back to heal. That's... yeah. I delete to recover the stone. I recover a lot of the stone, enough to build a second castle. Sending out the monks while I have map control. And then, this is not the worst idea, but it is not the best idea. I should just build it like here. because I already know that they have a mangonel, and I know that the mangonels can reach over a castle, and if you break a castle when it's only just being built, you lose all the stone. So, this is a huge mistake on my part. One of many, of course. LTC is not, like, awful, though. And so I try to... this is stupid, but I try to save this. So I'm like, alright, let's just kill the mangonel. That'll do the trick, but I don't have, They could just pull back and just keep shooting at the castle. And then I lose all the stone. Because I'm a idiota. And there it goes. The whole castle's worth of stone gone. So now I'm like, well, shit. Alright, well, I build another castle. Probably in this spot. I probably should have built it in the first place. Because now I'm pretty sure that to get into range of this castle gets in the range of the conchs. I'm pretty sure. I think, if I remember correctly, I want to say I popped this guy out and destroy this, but I don't really remember. Oh, there we go. I do. Good move. Does this die anyway? No, it lives. Awesome. Alright, so this castle goes up. And I basically just repeat the strategy that I used over here. Take down a wall segment, send the conchs in. I don't know what these guys are doing right now. I'm probably just trying to think, what do I do? I don't even have wood to build anything, so... I should probably be taking this. I also should be building missionaries, not monks. That's mainly a, a being old person problem, because until DE changed it, missionaries could not pick up relics, so they were still pretty decent, um, but they couldn't get stable upgrades or anything like that. So like they weren't as upgradable as monks, so you wind up just not ever really using them for the most part, because they can't pick up anything. They're weaker than the monks. But now that they can have some stable upgrades and can pick up relics, they're actually kind of like, I don't know, OP, but they're definitely VP. Very powerful. But the combination of the missionaries and the conquistadors being unique units for the Spanish now is with the new abilities of the missionaries kind of crazy. I guess they lose out in other ways, but they're still very strong, especially with the castle drops and sort of late game, I guess. They have good gunpowder. So yeah, now I'm like a little bit in trouble because I'm not an imp, because I'm sort of messing up a little bit with the economy and stuff, and I can't really stop this. So they're just gonna destroy my forward castle, and they start directly trebbing my units, which I didn't notice for a minute. And yeah, all the forward production I made is pretty much useless and dead. I have very dangerously few conquistadors and very little army. Which, like, the enemy doesn't have much army, but I'm in my mind at least. So I don't know how their economy is, right? I assume they have like other TCs back here or something. Um, but they obviously don't. But in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm not all inning, right? But I'm pushing really hard with this. So I delayed my economy a lot. I haven't really boomed as much as I could have had I just not done all this. So I need this attack to sort of work, because if it doesn't, then they win just economically. So I'm in trouble because I'm not an imp. I don't even have any castles to build trebs if I were. And I have little military, but I'm still somehow in control of the map, more or less. Not really exploiting that very much, unfortunately. Except for this, building the forward production and stuff. Yeah, so I'm thinking now, like, okay, I can't build more castles right now. Future tense maybe, but not right now. So I'm gonna just switch, uh, and I should have done this a long time ago anyway for bloodlines, but I'm gonna switch to knights because the opponent has like very little. I don't see them building much military. Uh, so I'm like, all right, screw it. I'll build knights, and that'll be good enough. Keep harassing with these guys, which I should probably be swinging around more, but you know. Here we go. Yeah, this is the thing with conquistadors. This is why, like, you either need a whole bunch of them and, like, supported, obviously by, like, siege or something to really do a push. Or you need to get them, like, a mass, like, even like this, very early on. If, like, they hadn't stonewalled here and I had, like, those 2 or 3 in to begin with, extremely, extremely bad for the opponent. But, like, now they can kind of hide under the TC a bit. And, like, obviously they're idling their economy, but if they had other town centers, which they should, but just don't, um, it becomes very hard for me to do as much damage as is worth, to have the units moving around. So here's the knights, and I'm nervous. Like I know I still have the upper hand, but I'm nervous. These throwing axemen are actually kind of a problem for the conks. And I'm not microing, so, because I'm trying to do stuff out here, I think. Trying to remember to build villagers. Oh, Imperial Age, good. Now, I have not been on stone, which is probably a mistake. But also I need military. How are my upgrades looking? Oh, terrible. Yeah. Well, so these are like mint castle age, brand new, unupgraded. No, not even castle age. Sub castle age knights. No upgrades whatsoever. That's fine. I mean, it's not. It's not actually fine. I should at least have a couple of these. But I think I'm like panicking. Like I wanna kill these trebs. I need to kill them. In reality, it would be better for me to just keep massing up because the trebs can't really do much at the moment. I don't have anything in range to treb, so I should just have built up units and let him sort of waste resources building trebs that aren't doing anything at the moment. And this is kind of funny. Yeah, so I'm building these, or I think I may have built these rams a while ago. Now that I think about it. Yeah, I just still have them. It didn't really do anything. What I need is a castle, trebs. But I kind of threw my castles away. I need more farms for 3 TCs. I should have this relic, and this relic, and this relic. Oh my god. All this money. I do love how like appropriately cynical the game is about religion, where it's like, does this provide you some sort of like magic from God or anything? No, it it provides income. It provides money. People, I guess, presumably the idea is people are coming to donate to the church because they're pilgrims coming to see the relics. And see, this is a problem now because lots of anti-cav. And I need this castle because I need trebs. I can't win without trebs right now. And you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to, but I start trickle trebbing very boldly. I'm very close to the walls here, and I'm like, yeah, that's a mistake too. I should set up a treb back here. This treb should have been set up back here, and just taken out this gate. Just open them up in the front, and then once they're open up in the front, I send in. Maybe I send in knights if I have to. But yeah, now we're in a treb war, which I am winning, I think. So I see this going up, and I'm like, okay, well, if you're going to come out, I'm going to deny this. But then, you know, I don't want to fight these guys. I probably, yeah, no, it wouldn't be good. But now I'm, you know, I'm building up trebs, tons in the queue. I have a bunch of floating resources, which, you know, whatever. I should probably build a market and sell this food, but or build a bunch of hussars or something. But yeah, now I'm in. I'm finally in. And it's pretty much over, I would say. It's funny how quickly the tide can turn, where you're sort of in a stalemate, and then bam, just like takes a little bit of a push more to break on through to the other side, and then that's it. But yeah, I have no idea why they didn't boom. That's what they should have done. That's what kind of what you're supposed to do when your castle dropped is you defend it by walling, by re-walling, and then you boom out and you just defend the wall and you know, count, maybe build a counter castle, um, and then, you know, by now you should have a much larger economy and be able to just outproduce your opponent, get to Imperial before your opponent, build trebs, be able to treb from behind your walls and push back, and then by the time you push back, you just can overwhelm them. But yeah, I also made lots of mistakes. And I forgot, I should show, I guess, these things. My APMs have actually gone up quite a bit. I'm like pushing like 50, sometimes more now. Um, but my opponent's obviously making some kind of good decisions with a lower APM. Where's the timings? There we go. Yeah, not terrible. Not terrible. This is, it is interesting. They went to Imperial pretty quickly. That's the smart move, I suppose. Get those trebs out. But just not building economy behind it is a mistake. Big mistake. But yeah, there we go. That's sort of my go-to strategy for Arena because I would prefer to be on the offensive than otherwise. The problem is uh, two sort of main issues can come up. The first is they build some kind of like feudal army, like maybe they've gone scouts or whatever. That could be a problem. The second problem is kind of funny where they're also going for a forward castle. Um, and then especially if they send more villagers or if they like have a scout and you don't or something like that, and they just have a little bit of a unbalance. But even then, even if you push them back and they retreat with their villagers, they could just drop the castle, you know, at home or close to home, and it complicates the strategy. Um, yeah, but it does work a lot. So there you go. All right. See ya.